Want boxes of shit in your house? Get a cat! Hey, let's just talk for a sec. Lots have changed. I don't even know whose house this is, but this is not the kitchen you're used to seeing me in. I just want to address something that I've been hearing a lot of today in let's call it the creator community, but what I really mean is people who don't have jobs or whose jobs are in entertainment, where they don't really know the right thing to do. So I just want to tell you a story. And stories are fun because maybe this will find you later, and maybe you'll remember this yourself, and it might just get you through today. And if so, that's all. You know me. Everything I put out is free. It's all because I know that stories can save your life, and hearing a story sometimes is what helps you save someone else's life later. So when I was in high school, my favorite website was theonion.com, and this is how old I am. So I just worshiped The Onion. I loved it. I went to college. I was getting a degree in engineering, but I thought like writing for The Onion would be the coolest thing I could possibly do with my life. So I found out I could get my English requirement covered if I got a job, like an internship. So I write The Onion this fan letter, and I'm like, my name is Brendan Sullivan. I've published 2 short stories. I've written for my local newspaper. I'm an English major. I want to do what you guys do someday. I really look up to you. You're awesome. Here's my resume. Here's my everything. I didn't hear a single thing back from them. So spring break is coming up in New York City. And I'm in school in Ohio, by the way. I'm a yokel. And so it just occurs to me that somebody at The Onion has to have a telephone so that like when food gets delivered, it gets there, right? So I was in Milwaukee on a road trip, and they had the printed out editions of The Onion. And I was like, oh, I thought I was the only person in the world who thought this was funny. And people would clip out, and I remember the jokes. People would clip out the funniest things that they had seen and give them to each other, like memes, like literally printed out memes, but clipping them out of the newspaper like they're coupons or something, or cartoons, the way like a lot of our parents have cartoons on the wall, comics on the wall. I remember them. Like, I remember the jokes now from 2000, the year 2000 is when this is happening. The best one I saw on almost everyone's refrigerator in Milwaukee said, "Want boxes of shit in your house? Get a cat!" So I just called up The Onion, and I looked at who wrote whose byline, who wrote that. And I said, "Hi, I'm calling for Joe Garden." And it's called around the office for a few minutes, and Joe Garden answers the phone. And I said, "Joe Garden, I'm a huge fan of The Onion. I think you are probably behind some of the funniest headlines, and let me guess what they are. The cat one, and the one that was, I'm in college now, so the one that I thought that was the funniest recently was picture of nude woman in room fails to get nude woman in room." And he goes, "Those are both mine. Yeah, how did you know?" And I was like, "I think I get your sense of humor by now. Look, help me out, because I could get college credit if I'm your intern at The Onion." And he said, "Okay, sure, you're my intern at The Onion." I was like, "Okay, when do I start? Spring break is like next week." And he's like, "Okay, Monday, we'll start at 10 a.m. I'm going to email you where the office is." So I went to my friend's parents' house in the Philadelphia suburbs, and my only plan, because I was so broke, I was still working at the pizza shop then. My only plan, because I was so broke, was I was going to take the suburban train into Philadelphia, the train from Philadelphia to Trenton, and the local train from Trenton to New York City. I remember calculating it out because it would still cost less than $20, and I had no money to eat while I was there, by the way. So I'm waiting in my friend's parents' house in Philadelphia, in the suburbs, in Cherry Hill. And I get this call on my flip phone. "Hi, is this Brendan Sullivan?" "Yes, yeah." "Brendan, tomorrow's your first day at The Onion, right?" He goes, "Yeah." "Okay, so look, do you want to have some fun tomorrow morning?" And I said, "I always want to have some fun. Yes, I do. Of course, yes." And he goes, "Okay, so Cartoon Network is launching this thing called Adult Swim. And the point of Adult Swim is like cartoons for grown-ups." And I was like, "That sounds like it kicks ass." He's like, So they're having a press breakfast. So like basically everyone who works at like, I don't know, New York Times or whatever, they're going to show us something called the Sopranos. It's like the Flintstones meets the Sopranos. And they're going to show us Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, and Stephen Colbert is the guy doing the voice. He's going to be there. Can you get to Michael's in Midtown Manhattan at 7 in the morning tomorrow for this breakfast? Because Greg from Graphics can't make it, and they already gave us his name tag. So you're going to come, and your first day at the Onion, you're going to be Greg. I get on the train that very second, and I sleep from Philadelphia to Trenton. Anyway, I don't remember arriving in New York City, but I was on foot with a backpack and maybe a change of clothes. This is how I moved to New York City. So I get to Michael's and they hand me Greg's name tag, and I walk around with the smartest, funniest people in the world, and everybody's coming up to me because they think I'm Greg, who makes the really hilarious graphics at The Onion. The Onion is all in on it. The Comedy Central people are all in on it. They're just letting everyone else go. And they're like, are you, Greg, you do the graphics? Did you do the cat one? And I said, the cat one, of course. Greatest, craziest day of my life. I think Stephen Colbert did the voice. I didn't remember meeting him, but I was just blown away to be eating lunch, breakfast. I thought the coolest thing was that the breakfast was free. I still have some of the stuff they gave us, and I still talk to Joe to this day. Now, on 9/11, nothing was funny. Nothing after that. No comedian could go on. The news was a rerun. The news itself was a rerun of the news. TV was reruns. Creative people felt like they didn't know what to do. And they didn't know how to act or what to do. And they didn't want to make the bad joke. They didn't want to make the wrong joke. And The Onion went dark. They stopped printing. There was just nothing anyone could say. And they took a week off. I think it was 2 or 3. And then one day, without announcing it, and in a world that did not have social media, The Onion did a complete package of 9/11 jokes that killed. They called the Speci, because all the 9/11 at the time, it was like, new special report, the nation challenge. It was the section of the New York Times every day. And the Onion's version of this was just called, holy fucking shit! And the jokes landed. I remember all of them. Terrorists surprised to find themselves in hell. And there would be jokes about how, like, basically 9/11, they would be like, and for coverage of the Pentagon or the Pennsylvania bombing, please see page 64. The jokes killed. The nation, like, laughed again. Like, people, something was funny again. It was funny that we all went through this crazy, funny thing together at the same time. And it helped us all inhale. And it helped us all exhale because it was so funny. It was funnier than if they had just kept making cat jokes. So, I don't even live here. My life changed this summer too. And I don't know any single thing that's going on. I don't know how to make you feel any better. If I thought showing you how to make focaccia would make you feel good right now, I would. Okay? You probably know me as the pizzas guy on TikTok. I just want to tell you, you're going to get through this week. And the people you get through this week with are the people you're going to laugh about with again. And it's okay to take a week off. Maybe I should take a week off. Maybe I should set a good example. But I just want to say, we've been through stuff. Life is tough. And you just have to be one bit tougher. I miss you guys. We'll catch up soon. Lots to discuss.